This is my personal favorite build to run for the M1000 Classic in Deep Rock Galactic. This build isn't going to be as easy to use and forgiving like my last build for the M1000. If you watch that video, or if you want to learn how to use this weapon with a build that's going to let you do crowd control well and take out important targets like Praetorians and Menaces, this is the build for you. This is a stock build for those of you new to Deep Rock Galactic or haven't gotten any overclocks with this weapon yet. In this video, I'm going to go over this advanced beginner build for the M1000 Classic that I use in elite deep dives and hazard 5 missions to kill as many enemies as I can. Hi guys, I'm Legionless and this channel is about helping you enjoy your games more. If you want to enjoy your games more, subscribe to the channel and like this video to help me out. There's also a link in the description to the growing Discord community where we're answering questions you have about Deep Rock Galactic and figuring out the builds we want to run on the weapons we love. This is my favorite M1000 Classic build to run. It's got some similarities to the build I recommended for beginners to the gun, but a lot of the mods I recommended to make the M1K easier to use well aren't going to be in this build. This build is going to demand you to aim well and hit those crucial weak point shots on the enemies closing down on you. Like I've mentioned before, the weapon currently has a couple drawbacks to it. Its focus shots use up 2 ammo each and do the exact same damage as just shooting those same 2 shots quickly in the M1K's hip fire mode. On top of that, focus shots take time to charge up the shot, and the scout isn't able to move very well while focusing that shot. There's just these pretty big negatives for focus shots for no real benefit over regular hip fired shots other than it should be easier to hit the target when you zoom in. If the M1000 Classic gets a buff in the future, this build is going to be even nicer than it already is. In tier 1, we want increased caliber rounds for an extra 20% damage across the board. I recommended expanded ammo bags with this extra 32 ammo in my other build because the extra ammo is going to be needed more when you're missing shots and not hitting most of your weak point shots on enemies. But since this is a build for the best players that have experience with the M1000 Classic, the 20% buff is going to be really nice. You'll be able to one-shot web spitters even if you hit them in the body instead of their weak points. You'll be able to one-shot acid spitters if you hit them in their weak points, and you'll save ammo by killing enemies in their weak points, like it taking 2 less shots to kill a Praetorian or 3 less for oppressors. In tier 2, fast charging coils is going to be more useful than better weight balance. With fast charging coils, the time to charge up a focus shot is shorter. This is really important to take down important targets more quickly, like Praetorians, oppressors, and menace. These are enemies that often spawn far away from the team, and you can do some pretty good damage to them while they're far away, especially Menace that hardly ever get too close to the team. There's also this really nice sweet spot where you zoom in a little bit to hit your target a little easier, but don't zoom in enough to use up 2 ammo. I really like doing this when a lot of enemies are closing in on me, and it's really important to make each shot hit each enemy's weak point. In tier 3, extended clip is just really great to run on this build. The extra 6 shots it puts in the clip translates to more enemies being killed in between reloads, which is a really dangerous and vulnerable time for the scout. I don't care for the extra focus shot damage because most enemies will die to the same amount of ammo being used by the focus shot as is used for normal hipfire shots. In tier 4, hollow point bullets are needed for a couple of enemies in particular. Acid spitters will be 1 shot when you hit their weak point with a hipfire shot, and guards go from needing 3 weak point shots to only 2. Acid spitters are really strong in the higher levels like deep dives and hazard 4 and 5. Their ranged attacks do a lot of damage, and a lot of weapons in Deep Rock Galactic aren't very effective at the ranges that acid spitters like to hang out at. Being able to one-shot them is a really nice way of instantly eliminating an annoying threat. Guards are one of the most common enemy types and usually spawn with grunts. You'll be able to one-shot grunts with weak point shots, but killing guards in 2 weak point shots instead of 3 saves ammo and keeps you from taking too long to kill everything closing in on you and your team. Letting those enemies slip through and attack the team at close range can snowball missions into failures. And in tier 5, hitting where it hurts is perfect for this build. You're going to be using focus shots a little bit more often than in the other build because you're going to be more actively taking down dangerous enemies like Praetorians. Hitting a focus shot into a Praetorian will stun it so you can keep landing weak point shots on it to kill it faster. These focus shots are really nice for when menace spawn and start spamming projectiles on the team. If you hit that nice focus shot into its weak point, it'll stop that really annoying spam and you should be able to finish it before it recovers from the stun. Unfortunately, there's some enemies that are immune to stuns that would be really cool to stun with the M1K, like oppressors and spitballers. I love this M1000 Classic build and find it to be a really good balance of modifications for crowd control in high level activities and being able to take out some very important targets the scout needs to take out. This build is going to really test your aim and quick thinking as you'll need to be killing enemy after enemy with high precision. Subscribe to the channel if you want to enjoy your games more. Share this video with others so they can enjoy their games more. Comment below which of the 3 builds you're using for yourself and join the Discord where we talk about our favorite DRG weapons and our favorite builds. Thanks for watching.